Hey guys, today on People Now, Paris Jackson firing back about paparazzi photos and reports about her hospitalization. We will explain.
A very honest confession from Vanderpump Rules star Lala Kent about her battle with alcoholism.
Also today,
oh man, no, don't eat that apple.
We're talking Dumbo and Disney movies with the hilarious Danny DeVito.
Plus, stars of the village, Warren, Christie, and Michaela McManus tell us about their new show ahead of tonight's big premiere.
Hey guys, if you could, would you pay over $1 million for a pigeon? We will tell you who did.
Live today on People Now.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to People Now. McCain is in today for Andrea. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. How are you?
I'm good. Andrea's out feeling pretty sick. Thank you for the last-minute call.
But I'm excited to be
here. And you're so excited for Ariana Grande.
Oh my God! I know you guys feel me on this. This Tuesday feels a little bit sweeter, right?
Oh, it does. Ariana Grande's Sweetener tour. It officially kicked off Monday night. All the vibes are coming right over here,
yeah.
right?
Thank you. Next is right. Now, Albany, New York was the stop #1 for the star, and these picks, you guys, have us ready to buy our own tickets. I know I am so ready. So, in honor of the big tour, and you're going with
I'm a good +1, so you let me know when you have bought them, and I will join you.
It's going to happen. So, in honor of the big tour, we want to see your favorite Ariana GIFs. There's so many out there. So, tweet us those GIFs using the hashtag #PeopleNow, and you may see them on the show.
Michaela will be, or Michaela, sorry,
Yes.
Michaela. Michaela will be harshly judging those GIFs, by the way.
GIFs, just send them in.
Yeah, just send them in, and she will weigh in. We're going to check those out in a bit. Take a look at Ariana's Albany concert in just a bit as well. But for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending today.
He spends his weekend obsessing over great men because he knows it, and I know it, and all of you know it. He will never be a great man.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And so my father was his kryptonite in life.
Yeah.
He's his kryptonite in death.
Whew, boy, that is The View co-host and Senator John McCain's daughter, Meghan McCain, clapping back at President Donald Trump Monday. This followed a tweet storm by the president over the weekend in which he attacked Senator McCain, who died of a brain tumor in August at the age of 81. Also in those tweets, President Trump suggested that the FCC should, quote, look into late-night shows for bias against him after getting upset at a rerun of an episode of Saturday Night Live. It was an old episode rerun. Anyway, Trump's first tweet addressed the infamous dossier, which attempted to prove collusion between Trump and Russia and discredited what he called stains on McCain's political career, including McCain's 2017 thumbs down vote, which halted the GOP's mission to repeal and replace Obamacare. In his second tweet, the president falsely claimed that McCain graduated last in his class at the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, and accused McCain of leaking that dossier to the FBI and media in the hopes of having it printed before the election. Trump writing in part, quote, he and the Dems working together failed as usual. Now, Trump's disdain for McCain, it goes way back many years. We've been tracking along with it. In 2015, speaking of the former Vietnam POW, the president said this: he's not a war hero. He was a war hero because he was captured. I like people who weren't captured. That, of course, a famous moment. When McCain died last year, the president was not invited to his funeral. Not really surprising when that happened. In addition to replying on The View, Meghan McCain also defended her father's honor on Twitter, retweeting the president and saying this: no one will ever love you the way they love my father. I wish I had been given more Saturdays with him. Maybe spend yours with your family instead of on Twitter obsessing over mine. Whew, my goodness. We'll keep you posted on how that all continues to unfold. All right, Paris Jackson speaking out about what is really going on in her life following her hospitalization over the weekend. On Monday, the star slammed a report that claimed that she fell asleep at the wheel after she was photographed with her eyes closed at a gas station with her boyfriend, Gabriel Glenn, in Los Angeles. She tweeted, parks at gas station, waiting for my boyfriend to pump gas, close his eyes to listen to favorite song, paps take pic and zoom in so you can't see that I'm parked, and accuse me of falling asleep at the wheel. She continued, when will this stop? This past week, it's been nonstop bleep. Jackson's tweets come just as she and Glenn stepped out in all black for the Dirt premiere in Los Angeles Monday evening. Jackson appeared to be in good spirits as she smiled. She posed for the cameras there. On Saturday, the daughter of the late Michael Jackson denied TMZ's report that she was placed on a 5150 hold and hospitalized after a suicide attempt earlier that day. She tweeted, bleep you, You bleeping liars. You can look it up for the real words. In response to that report, at the time, a source told People Paris had an accident this morning that required medical treatment. They added she's currently resting at home and doing fine. Reps for Jackson and the Jackson estate could not be reached immediately for comment. On Friday, Jackson responded to people who have shamed her for not publicly coming to the defense of her father. She explained in a tweet that it was, quote, not her role to defend Michael in the wake of the sexual molestation allegations made in HBO's bombshell documentary, Leaving Neverland. If you guys or someone you know is considering suicide, always know that you can contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at the number below, or you can go to suicidepreventionlifeline.org. Mako,
yeah,
talking about this a little bit before, so difficult to be in Paris Jackson's position. I can't imagine the scrutiny.
Where's the empathy for her?
And the way she's sort of pulled in so many directions and where her loyalty should be, what kinds of statements she makes.
Absolutely. I feel the same way. It's got to be a tough position for her to be in. And the fact that she keeps speaking out and rebuking these rumors, more strength and power to her.
Yeah, I mean, you hope that she's able to find sort of some sort of protective group that can really give her ground.
The Jackson family unit. Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. And then her friends and the people around her. So we wish her the best. Let's move on to this. Lala Kent is opening up about her battle with alcoholism. She's now saying her break from drinking is due to being an alcoholic. This all comes 3 months after the Vanderpump Rules star told us about her and her fiance Randall Emmett's major sober milestone. Check this out.
I'm 50 days sober today.
Congratulations.
So
wow.
Thank you so much. So we're just kind of taking a different turn with our life, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you stopped drinking. What's been the biggest change that you've maybe noticed mentally or physically when you gave up alcohol?
Well, I'll remember your name.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing.
Was it getting to a point, like, I don't know, we all love to drink and party, and a lot of people do. Was it getting to a point where you're like, I feel like I'm a little out of control, or like...
Absolutely. Yeah, I felt like during the day, it was like, how am I like so down to drink right now? And after my dad passed away, it was like, we had lots of drinking. And so it's crazy because I have been open about suffering from anxiety, and not saying that I don't anymore, but I have, like, it has gone down tremendously since I gave up drinking. And I don't smoke weed anymore. Like, I'm a clean baby.
That makes sense that it would
and I feel
lead
like I
you
glow a little bit more.
You are.
Well, the anxiety comes especially after like a long night of drinking or the hangover, and so it definitely like leads to those kind of feelings.
Yeah, I'm just ready to be like a healthy person, you know?
Well, there's something to being connected to who you are and being able to think clearly and assess everything in a reasonable way, not like in some wild, like, oh, I don't know how bad it was or whatever.
Congrats, though. That's
that's incredible.
So much.
So now the 29-year-old reality star says that she has turned to a 12-step Alcoholics Anonymous program to, quote, give her new life. Kent says it was only 5 months ago that she came to the realization that she had a problem with alcohol. And in a series of recent Instagram stories, Kent admits that she's ready to be a healthy person and that being in my right frame of mind every single day is truly incredible. She then began to get emotional as she described the importance of her sobriety in the wake of losing her father, Kent Birmingham, last April. She said, quote, I'm thinking a lot about my dad today, not different from any other day, and I just feel very, very blessed that I think back on my time that I had with him, and there are no regrets. Although Kent did acknowledge half of her is gone since her dad's death, she says he would be proud of the steps that she's taking to regain control of her life. She added this, I'm so grateful that I have this program and that I can mourn him. The program has allowed me to sit down and remember my dad in a clear frame of mind and remember what he brought to my life, what he meant to me, and what he taught me. Lala Kent, who has also been open about suffering from anxiety, says sobriety has lessened that anxiety, as we kind of heard her talking about there in that clip, and has had a positive impact on her mental health. It was during season 7 of Vanderpump Rules that Kent first made the pact to give up alcohol with her fiance. But after Lala Kent returned from a girls' trip to find Emmett hadn't upheld his half of the deal, that led the couple to briefly split up. They've since patched things up. They're engaged. We love a happy ending here. We wish them all the best. We've talked about this before.
Absolutely.
When the people from Vanderpump Rules come in, they are among the most seemingly genuine reality stars.
They don't hold back.
They don't hold back at all. And she was so honest when she was, and vulnerable when she was here before, and very emotional. The whole thing with losing her dad, obviously for anyone, but she could really feel it, and you can tell that's impacting a lot of what she's doing.
And that's the power that they have, right? As celebrities, especially when they share these stories, they help other people. I think grief is such a hard thing for all of us to process, and so you have to find healthy ways to deal with it.
I love that she's in this situation too, where her lifestyle is such that she could hide it probably and kind of keep going with it.
And we wouldn't know.
She's choosing to kind of be up front and self-evaluate and say, hey, look, I got to do something about this.
Getting ahead
I got
of
a
the
problem.
story, yeah.
We wish her all the best in that. Guys, we're moving on. Let's watch this.
For some time now, and even today and beyond, I have been living in a sober house.
Big news here. Wendy Williams revealing Tuesday that she's been living in a sober house. And during an episode of her morning talk show, The Wendy Williams Show, she opened up about her past addiction to cocaine, telling her audience that she never sought a place for treatment at the time. She added that her husband, Kevin Hunter, is the only one who knew she was seeking treatment. She says, not my parents, nobody knew because I look so glamorous out here. Talking about being on her show. Williams explained that her 24-hour sober coach drives her back to the sober house where she lives with what she calls a bunch of smelly boys who have become my family. You can just imagine, Wendy always has this
Some
way of putting things.
Yeah.
At the facility, it's doors locked by 10 p.m., lights out by 10 p.m. She says she goes to her room, she stares at the ceiling, then falls asleep to, quote, come here and see you, meaning on the show. She added, that's my truth. Williams has always been open about her drug use. She told People in 2014 she was addicted to cocaine for about a decade, early on in her career as a radio personality. She told People that drugs were a demon that she had to overcome. With her family, Wendy Williams created the Hunter Foundation, which helps families combat the cycle of addiction. Williams referred to herself as a functioning addict to Entertainment Tonight. That was back in 2018. She revealed, quote, I report to work on time, and I'd walk in, and all my coworkers, including my bosses, would know. But since I would have my headphones on and walk in the studio, they wouldn't fire me because I was making ratings. Look, I've been on the Wendy Williams Show. I've been very fortunate to do that a lot. And even as early as last week, it was the first time back since her big break.
Yeah.
To some degree, the fans have been demanding an explanation. If you follow her and the comments, they wanted to know what's been going on. So I'm not surprised that she came forward with this, but I will also say that interacting with her after that break, she seemed to be in a really great place. She was more thrilled and excited to be there than I had seen her be in a while in the previous visits.
Yeah, and she covers hot topics, but now she's the hot topic.
Right.
So it's so interesting to me that she came, again, another celebrity who's coming to the front of their story, claiming their story, and not allowing the paparazzi to sort of put him on blast.
It also comes as a bit of a shock because, people have wondered what exactly is going on. She hasn't really addressed that big break that she had earlier in the year and when she had all these fill-in hosts and everything going on and what exactly was going on. People reached out to me because they had seen me on the show.
Guys, I asked Jeremy.
You asked me, and I was like,
I am. Okay, listen, tell me on the low.
Let me call.
What's going on?
What's happening? I didn't know. And I will tell you this, when I talked to producers and staff, they didn't give anything up. I don't know that they even fully knew. So it was a very tight-lipped situation, and she's kept it very close. I think it's a big deal that she's coming forward with it right now, and I think a lot of people are going to rally around her in this.
And we're all rallying, rooting for you, Wendy.
Yeah, brave of her.
Get better soon.
Yes. It's brave of her. It's honest of her to open up about the struggles. We wish her all the best as she continues to recover. All right, Mako, you have more for us in Star Treks today.
I sure do, Jeremy Parsons. Okay, so we're kicking off Star Treks today with one reality star who's being accused of an epic Photoshop fail. So Kourtney Kardashian is under fire, guys, after posting this racy naked bathtub photo to promote her new lifestyle website, Poosh. Fans are calling it fake, JP. So here you can see Kourtney soaking in a bubble bath, naked. That's how I lounge around on my Mondays. And she paired that, true story. And she paired that with the caption, love yourself as deeply as you love them. I know that's right. Well, this photo has stirred up quite the controversy. Fans are calling the self-love post a Photoshop fail. Ouch. Okay, guys, take a look at Kourtney's left leg, which appears to be much longer than the right one. You see that there?
I think the bubble's distorted.
The bubble is
Jury's
distorted.
out for me.
Listen, we all do that. We do a little Facetune. We do a little Photoshop. It happens to the best of us. So we headed over to her Instagram to see what everyone's saying, and there's a wave of different opinions. Now, some of the more negative comments included, quote, I don't get it. Somebody said, this looks way too disproportionate, kind of scares me. I don't know if it's scary, you guys. Stop. Another user has some questions.
Calm down.
Right, calm down. Is she in on this joke? Is that a baby leg? Now, what does a baby leg look like? It doesn't look like that. One person even asked if her head is bigger than her waist. Now, you're looking at the wrong thing if you're checking out that her head is bigger than her waist, right? But there are plenty of positive comments as well. Somebody wrote, yes, self-love is the key to a happy life. The hottest Kardashian of them all. I think she's the most interesting to look at. That's just my personal opinion. And someone said, I'm so in love. Wow. And of course, beautiful, which I totally agree with. Now, again, this photo was in promotion to Kourtney's mysterious upcoming brand. All we know about it so far is that it's named Poosh. That's an interesting name. Now, this name appears to be a nod to the star's 6-year-old daughter, Penelope. Poosh is her nickname.
I like that.
I'm excited to see what she brings.
Here's the
about
deal.
Poosh.
Of all the photos the Kardashians post, that's clearly a promotional thing. It's not surprising that it's touched.
Not at all.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
And by the way, who doesn't do Insta filters?
We all do it. We're all guilty.
I've got
of
an
it,
inch and a
guys.
half of makeup on right now. This is like a living Insta filter happening right now. So I don't blame them at all.
Look at JP telling all his secrets. Okay, let's move on to something that I am personally excited about, that I know you are as well. So Ariana Grande kicked off her Sweetener tour Monday night in Albany, New York, by paying tribute to her late ex-boyfriend, Mac Miller. The singer kept Miller's memory alive by sweetly playing his music before the show started, even as concertgoers made their way to their seats. Now, Mac Miller died in 2018, and Grande has paid several tributes to him in the past. Concert attendees hopped on Twitter to make note of Ari's heartfelt gesture. So sweet. Now, one Twitter user writing, Ariana Grande is playing Mac Miller right before her opening song for Sweetener tour right now, and my heart can't handle it. So many tears. Grande also gave her fans a non-musical gift, the option to register to vote. She's teamed with an organization called Headcount, which allows concertgoers to get registered at her shows. Grande's Albany performance included a 31-song set list.
I mean...
Ooh, thank you, next. Yes, that's amazing. And was jam-packed with her smash hits. Yes, we're even talking about 7 Rings, you guys. I like it, I want it, I bought it, I love it. The next stop on the Sweetener tour is Wednesday in Boston, Massachusetts. Now we're going, you and I are going to this tour, right?
Okay, this is fine. Again, when you buy the tickets, let me know.
Okay.
I have a feeling you could have done that entire script with just lyrics to the song.
I know, right? That's how much of a fan I am.
Such a fan. 31 songs.
31 songs.
But you're also excited for Normani.
Normani, guys. Normani is that chick. She dances, she sings, she's incredible. So I feel like this is one of the hottest tours yet.
Normani came back in here back when she was doing the Fifth Harmony stuff before she did her own thing.
Yeah.
Super nice.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the coolest guests we've ever had. She was so fun, and I just always think back about that, and I'm so happy for her rise. So this is going to be a huge
It's
tour.
going to be huge, guys, and those are your star tracks for today.
All right, stick around. There's a lot coming up. Queen Elizabeth and Kate Middleton stepping out today for a joint engagement in London. We've got all the details and the photos, plus star of Disney's Dumbo, Danny DeVito. He's taking us inside the big top, revealing why the live-action reboot actually made him cry. It did me too, and that's coming up in just a bit.
Ariana Grande's Sweetener tour has officially kicked off. As you can tell,
we've been
I'm already
saying.
in the mood to dance. And we've been asking you to send in your favorite gifts of the singer. Let's check in on what you've been tweeting so far.
Hair flip.
Ooh, that hair flip. Yes. What's another one?
Queen of the sass.
And what about it? I know that's right. And you have to slick the ponytail as well. Oh, that's sweet with the cat. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, so that's it for now. But please keep sending in those gifs. Now, moving on to this.
Dirty sneakers. But then let's make the dirty sneakers fashion. That's exactly what Gucci did to their newest pair of kicks. This is kind of wild. I'm here for it, but we got to break it down.
I know. Let's break it down some more. Okay, so Gucci launched a new pair of sneakers that intentionally look dirty. Yes, you heard that right. They already look like they're broken into.
All right, well, I get that because some of my favorite shoes are the dirty ones and that I've like really broken them in. But guess how much these are worth?
Tell me.
How about $870?
Ooh.
And these look like legit worn, right?
Wow, Jeremy, your kids can do this for half.
I can do this
for
in like a day.
Of the price. Now, I know you said that you actually like these sneakers. You're into it.
No, I'm into it. But look, when you think about how they describe them, here's the deal. According to the site, let's look at their official statement. They say they're influenced by classic trainers from the 70s, the screener sneakers. They're named for the defensive sports move. They feature the web stripe on the side, the vintage Gucci logo, treated for an all-over distressed effect. Again, $870.
I know, and that's $870 US, you guys. Now, how do you clean a shoe like this?
Or do you need to?
Oh, do you need to, right? Well, the site has that covered as well. So they said, quote, clean the shoe when it is dry, use only neutral or same color products to avoid staining. Well, they're already stained, so
Seems
how
like
much
a lot of
more
work.
staining
Seems
could
like
you?
a lot of work.
This is going to take a lot of work. I don't know if I personally would buy a pair of shoes that I want my Gucci shoes, especially Gucci, to look brand new. So you guys can see that I'm wearing my Gucci shoes, right?
Twitter, of course, has some feelings about these sneakers. Look at all this. Literally selling a sneaker for $800 that looks like it's dirty. I want to know who's paying for that. Really don't get Gucci's dirty sneakers trend. And it's one of those things that it's like, wait, what?
Exactly.
This is also one of those moments where it's like, rich people problems and weird rich people like trends.
And is it like a fetish towards poverty? Like, are we making light of that?
Oh, interesting.
You know what I mean?
That's a twist.
That's a twist. Okay, now let's think back when we were kids. Do you remember as a kid or even as an adult when I buy my all white sneaks and I get just a little hint of dirt, I'm freaking out.
This is about, like, we're making the case here why this is a bad move. I just like buy me some cheap, clean shoes. I will have them distressed real quick.
But if Gucci wants to send me a pair, make sure they're brand new.
Send them right here, people. Now, we will wear them and love them. We want to know if any of you would buy dirty sneakers. Let us know. Use the hashtag #PeopleNow. Sound off. on this hard-hitting issue. All right, here we go. You ready for this? Not your typical street pigeon.
Not at all. Let's move on to this. This bird is worth $1.4 million. That's right. You heard me right. This is the prize Belgian racing pigeon. It even has a name. Armando is its name, and it was recently bought at the auction for the record amount by a Chinese buyer. That's
Again,
a
this is
bird.
all falling into that category of strange rich people habits, problems, things, trends. Pigeon racing has become extremely popular in China. According to the website PIPA that organized the auction, Armando is considered to be the best long-distance racing pigeon of all time. He's even been dubbed by some as the Lewis Hamilton of racing pigeons. You might know Lewis Hamilton is the British five-time Formula One world champion. So quite the comparison.
I wonder how Lewis feels about that, because I would have some things to say about that.
Is he worth 1.4 million? I mean, I'm sure he's worth a lot more than that.
Definitely worth more. Okay, so the $1.4 million amount was quite shocking to many, to even us, right? Now, but the auctioning website said the price spike went from $600,000 to over $1 million in about an hour. There were two Chinese bidders. They kept one-upping each other so they could win the bird. Wow.
I don't know whether to be entertained or upset by this.
Yeah.
According to PIPA, the Belgian breeder who put Armando up for auction sold a total of 178 pigeons for more than $2.5 million. That included 7 of Armando's offspring, got the genes and the pool and all that. The breeder sold a bird named a Contador that sold for more than $225,000. A little, I mean, that's a budget. PIPA says Armando is the most expensive bird ever to be sold at auction, and by a pretty big margin. The next most expensive pigeon ever sold was a bird named Nadine, sold for $450,000 to a Chinese buyer at an auction in 2017.
Oh, Nadine must feel slighted a little bit. She's
Yeah.
not worth 1.4. Now, according to the Beijing Hanging District Races Association, they say how many? How many pigeons, Jeremy?
At least 100,000 pigeon breeders live in Beijing, so this is a big deal. Races usually held in the spring and fall. Some winning prizes amount to tens of thousands of dollars, so it's a big money thing, or it can be. According to CNN, pigeon racing is the only legal bidding race in mainland China where most forms of gambling are actually outlawed. Now you know.
Queen Elizabeth and Kate Middleton arrived in central London for their first joint engagement since Kate joined the royal family in 2011.
Shocking to hear, right?
I know, right?
That's been a long time,
It has.
and you would think that it's probably happened by now, but we'll break down a little bit more about it. They shared a blanket in the back seat of the car as they pulled up to King's College. You know, we notice everything. King's College is a high-tech university in central London.
That is so cool. I'm wondering why they didn't just crank up the heat. It's nice to share a blanket, though.
It's a cover
I love
blanket.
that.
It's fine.
Yeah. So they toured the education and learning facilities, and they saw a robotics demonstration, and they also met students as well.
They love to connect with the people. Kate's been very good about that. Obviously, the Queen has done that for many years. Kate looked great. Our fashion team always looking at what she's wearing. A gray Catherine Walker coat here, block heels, a black mulberry clutch.
I gotta tell you, JP, I'm obsessed with that fascinator. She also completed the look with that fascinator, presumably a respect to the monarch.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Queen Elizabeth now wore a pink cashmere coat by Stuart Parvin over a silk dress matching Rachel Trevor Morgan hats. The Queen looking like the Queen.
Very pretty in
She's
pink.
elegant. She's pretty in pink. Doing her
Yes,
thing.
she's passing on that fashion knowledge to the future.
There we go.
Right? Now, People's chief foreign correspondent, Simon Perry, now he caught a great moment of the Queen and Kate leaving King's College after a quick hello.
If you don't follow Simon on Instagram, you should. He's always got videos like this. He's always there, front row. This marks the first event that only the Queen and Kate have attended without other royal members, as we were saying before.
That is so interesting.
The two did visit Leicester back in 2012 for the Diamond Jubilee Tour, but they were joined by the Duke of Edinburgh. And still significant, though, of course, it was the first time Prince William did not accompany Kate.
Very, very interesting. Now, they did make individual stops without Philip, though, including attending a student fashion show. I wonder if that brought back memories for Kate. Remember she
I would think so. And when that happened, this was right before Kate and William's one-year anniversary, so it was significant when it happened. They also viewed Kate's wedding dress at Buckingham Palace together, just the two of them in 2011, but that wasn't an official public engagement. That's a distinction when it's officially
You got to
on the
make
calendar.
that distinction, because that means that we're in on it. Now, Meghan had her first joint outing with the Queen a few weeks after her wedding to Prince Harry. So that was kind of quick for Meghan, and then now it's Kate's turn.
Yeah, we remember that it was a big deal, and I think the Queen and they've gone out of their way to welcome Meghan in and show everyone that they're fully supportive of everything about that. We'll have more on this in this week's Royal Record on Friday. We'll be joined by our royal correspondent, the one and only, the lovely Imogen Lloyd-Webber. Tune in for that.
At 18, I couldn't get it out of my head that I needed to do something radically good. You were my radical good thing.
Staff Sergeant Porter.
Just Nick is fine.
I'm the village super. You mind if I ask how it happened?
IED took out our Humvee. Bomb dog. Since I was in distress and crawled on top of me to keep me safe.
Now, that was a clip from NBC's new drama, The Village. And to talk to us, we have two stars of the show. We have Warren Christie and Michaela McManus. Thank you for coming, guys.
Great to see you. I love watching you watch you. Right? Yeah, right. Like kind of laughing, kind of liking it. Look, The Village, this show about an apartment building in Brooklyn. The residents really become close. It's like a family. Has the cast reached that status at this point? Do you feel like a family?
Yeah, truly. I mean, yes, we go out to brunch. We have dinners, drinks. We all hang out.
A lot of us are from another place, so when we came together, we formed a quick bond, and we're going all the way from Grace Van Dien, who's 21, I believe. 22, all the way up to Dominic Chianese, who just turned 88.
Wow, so it's like the full...
And we all go out together. Dominic can party.
By the way, how great to sit at one table with all those people and get the different perspectives. That would be incredible.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the show. The show is like a bunch of people who come from different backgrounds, you know, different ages, and then they kind of form this family, and we honestly have formed a family.
Yeah. Was there anything that you guys did as an icebreaker to really form that family unit?
Yes.
What did
Very
you do?
smart. Our producers took us, we did our first read through, and a lot of us met for the first time, and then they took us to a place where a chef had us make our own dinner. What do we make? Ravioli?
Pasta, yeah.
Yeah, and made our own pastas, and so you just kept,
So you made the pasta
we made
from
it, we
scratch?
had dinner together, so we kept switching off, and you know, you're chatting, and we're meeting each other the first time, but it was really incredible, and then we sat down to this meal that we made together and just chatted. Yeah, it was great.
Among the two of you, who's the better cook?
I mean, I felt pretty good about my ravioli.
Michaela, did you? Okay, Michaela might have some opinions on that.
Let's move on before a fight breaks out about the pasta pride. The show touches on a lot of themes that are relevant to what's going on today. What is the most important message that you hope kind of gets out via the show and people watching?
Well, I hope that people it changes the way they look at their sense of community. You know, I think our show, it takes place in the same apartment building, and these neighbors become a family, and I think probably for a lot of people, you might not know your neighbor, you've probably never reached out, so maybe it'll change the way that you kind of see the people that are literally living on the other side of the wall.
All right.
That's such a great point, especially in New York. You don't know your neighbors really.
Yeah.
Okay, so Michaela, you tweeted this photo from Instagram from the Entertainment Weekly party, and Warren, you were surrounded by all these beautiful ladies. I think we're going to show the photo. There it is.
Well, no, there it is. But whatever the case, there it is. There we go.
There it is. Yes. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, so Warren, how is it being in the presence of all those beautiful ladies?
It's great. I actually tweeted, I felt like I looked like I won a contest.
Yeah, right, yeah.
You know what I mean? They all look
There it is.
cool.
There it is,
I'm in the background, just in the background, like I'd won a contest to shoot a picture. They're incredible. We had a lot of fun with that, but I think we all went with a different. They seem to get it, and I kind of went with a different vibe. One knee up.
Yeah.
Every time we're in a picture together, he's serious, I'm smiling goofy, or it's the other way.
We can't get on the same page. No, we can't figure it out.
People may or may not know this. Michaela, your husband, Mike Daniels, the creator, writer, executive producer for The Village.
Yeah.
So how's it working with your husband? Is this like
the
best
best.
thing or the worst thing? The couple that works together fights together all the time. I'm just kidding.
It's honestly the best. It's crazy because I got to be there in the very, very beginning when I remember being in the car and he was like, this is what I want to write about and this is what I'm excited about and here's the story. And I got to read every version of the script and kind of be there as like on the outside. And then when I started working on the show, it was
I'm sure that would be great to
beyond
kind of,
my wildest dreams.
to see the whole thing sort of formulate in this idea mode, and then all of a sudden,
so it's really been like a year and a half in the making, you know, and
But do you guys talk about work when you're at home, or that kind of stays at work?
Oh my gosh, honestly,
I don't think you guys really saw each other.
Really?
Is it pretty?
You would think it would be
in the night.
because it's two different aspects of it. So
Very different.
I think I probably saw you more than your
Truly.
husband did because he was working. He worked so hard. He worked so hard and so many long hours and so much more than what we do and stuff like that. But they were pretty. They really were incredible to see them work together. It was great.
Hashtag couple goals. Now, Warren,
throw it in.
Throw it in there. Now, Warren, you're actually from Canada, is that correct? Yeah. How was it? How did you prepare playing a U.S. war vet?
Oh, yeah. You know, you do your research and you read everything you can. I was really fortunate in, there's a man named Jamel Daniels. And from the second I touched down in New York, he's been with me. He's an Iraq war veteran. He lost his leg. And we sat down to chat mainly about like the physicality of things and because the character has a similar injury. And then he just was so open about his story. He was so wonderful. I mean, I said yesterday, he's a shining example of, I mean, he hit his lowest of lows and then really worked his way back to, and he's an incredible man. So he's been really big in that. And truthfully, I mean, they're universal themes. You know, we're talking about a veteran who's just starting the next chapter of his life, which happens. You know, a lot of times I spoke to one veteran, he said he left and paused his life, went away for, 18 months, 2 years, and came back ready to go again, but nobody else did. Everybody else kept living their life. So we're trying to do a fully formed character here and a guy who's just, starting that next chapter of his life.
And I would imagine when you, interact personally with people that have that story, you come away with a whole new perspective and couldn't be unaffected by it. So that's really incredible. Let's talk about you, Michaela. You play Sarah, this nurse raising this rebellious teenage girl, right? I've got 2 little girls, and let me just tell you, I feel this train coming at me real quick. So, tell me how you got there, and can you just give me any advice based on your character?
Well, I'm a mom in real life too. I have 2 little boys. But so that was something I immediately connected with the character. And then Grace Van Dien, who plays my daughter Katie, we have a really nice bond. So that kind of happened naturally for us, which was great. But yeah, I mean, it's a challenging time in Sarah's life, my character Sarah. She's spent her whole life devoted to her daughter and pouring everything into trying to kind of help guide her and lead her in a direction that maybe Sarah herself didn't take.
Sure. How about your kids in real life? How is it easy to handle? Is it a handful? What's the deal?
They're wild animals.
Yeah, are they?
How old are they?
They're pretty cool.
They're 2 and 4.
Yeah, so they're young. Yeah. No, they're crazy. That's my girls are young too, but it's like, this is already too much.
It's a lot, but it's the best.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to do for fun now when you have free time? What are you guys all doing as a family?
We go to the park. We do like the simple things that are, just even like hanging out and going to breakfast.
For me, it's like I feel like I deserve a medal if we get out of the house and to the park, and we're all here, and it's happening, and we're alive and dressed appropriately. Anyway,
amazing feat.
It's a big win.
It's a big win for the day. That's right.
Exactly. Now, in the show, you and your daughters do some dancing. Do I have that correct?
Oh yeah.
And Jeremy here is also.
Oh, I do some dance offs. Yeah. With the girls a little bit.
With the girls.
I'm not proud of it, but it happens.
It happens. Who in the cast has the best dance moves?
I would say Grace.
Yeah?
She blows us all out of the water.
Yeah?
You're pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, do you have a go-to dance move?
We're not asking you to stand up and do it.
You don't have to display it, but
I just like to feel it out.
Okay.
Go with what I'm feeling.
Okay.
Yeah. Organic,
I can see the
right?
movement right
We
there.
think we got all we needed.
Yeah.
Game time, everybody. Let's stand up.
All right.
Before you guys go, we're going to call this game It Takes a Village. You see what we've done. You guys have to work together. So back to back, there we go.
Right.
We're going to show you a word on these cards. There are 3 words below the word that you cannot use to describe the word. You're getting your partner to guess what the word is. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So the top word, you got to get your partner to guess it. You can't use the words that are listed. It's kind of like taboo.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Okay.
All right, we're going to do 2 with me.
want this, Michaela.
2 with me, then you're going to swap, and then we're going to switch, and then he'll do 2, okay?
Okay.
So here we go. 30 seconds on the clock. Ready? Are you ready back there?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, ready and begin. Here we go. First word. This is what he's guessing.
Okay. On the top of a tall structure where we shot in the pilot, where it was
Rooftop.
freezing cold. Yeah.
Rooftop, ding, ding, ding. Even though you said top, we'll give it to you. Fine. No, it's okay. It's okay. Go ahead, Michaela.
Okay, here we go, Michaela.
Oh, where we shot the show.
Brooklyn.
Wow, this is really easy. Wait, ask the question on the back.
So tell me, Michaela, what was the last fun night that you had out in Brooklyn?
Oh, we all go to this fun dance bar, and that is like kind of our spot. And that was probably the last night that we shot.
So you really do dance it out. Yeah. One other question that I missed. When was the last time you guys were so mad, or that you were so mad that you went through the roof? Ooh. This was with the rooftop theme.
Oh.
Can you remember a time? Do you get that mad?
I gotta say, I'm pretty zen.
When was the last time you raised the roof? Was it at the dance bar?
At the dance.
Okay, perfect.
We're not raise the roof, JP.
Okay, here we go. Is it my turn? All right, here we go.
Yes.
Third one. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, actually, we're switching. Oh, you saw it. No, stay there. Oh, my gosh, I'm ruining the game. Here, go.
So stressful.
All right, where you go to imbibe, and it's kind of maybe dirty, and but it's cool, and maybe
Dive bar?
Yeah.
Yes! Ding, ding, ding! All right, and the question here.
Better this time. We're doing better.
Okay, go to the next one. Go to the next one.
Okay, here we go, Warren. You got this.
Oh, the whole show takes place in
New York City. An apartment building.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, I can't say those words.
Yeah, you can't say those, but you got it. That was
Yeah,
great.
all
Now,
right.
can you tell us your worst apartment or house story?
I lived in a house with a bunch of guys in university, and it was just the most disgusting place you could imagine.
Yeah, Michaela, worst living experience, worst apartment.
My very first apartment when I graduated college, I lived with my two best friends in a 1-bedroom apartment, and we made it a 3-bedroom.
Oh, you guys can sit back down.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming, guys. Really appreciate it.
So stressful. Awesome.
Yeah, was that stressful? It was stressful quick. Thank you guys for playing along, and thanks for telling us all about the show. You guys can catch the premiere of The Village Tuesday, March 19th on NBC. All right, let's move on to this. Disney's live-action version of Dumbo is just days away. We can't wait. The stacked cast features Danny DeVito, Michael Keaton, Ava Green, Colin Farrell, many more. It's directed by the brilliant Tim Burton. I sat down with Danny DeVito and got deep on the new Dumbo, Danny's love for Disney, and so much more. Let's take a quick look.
I've shown the other movie to my kids over the years. I have 3 children, and so I've seen it many, many times. It's one of those go-to things when you have kids. You know, when you in the morning, you're gonna put a bowl of cereal in front
Pop it on.
Put it on, you know what I mean? Well,
I'm literally in that exact phase right now.
Exact thing, yeah. Well, you understand it.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, it's brilliant that Disney did this with Tim because he's an artist, he's a visual artist. That is like a perfect movie for him. You know, it's all about xenophobia and it's about being different and about embracing your strengths. And you take strong themes like that, and you give it to Tim, and he just knocks it out of the park. What is that?
Dumbo, we were saying right before the interview, the eyes, the look of this little creature is just melts you, and it's so expressive.
I started crying almost.
Did you?
Yeah, as soon as the baby,
tugs the strings right away.
Tugs the strings.
So you mentioned you saw that original animated version of Dumbo with your kids back in the day over and over. So you probably remember the trippy psychedelic sequence with all the
with all the pink color.
All the pink that's going around. There's sort of a bit of an homage to that with the bubbles and this one. What did you think of that?
Well, first of all, you can't imagine, like, when you read the script, it's in there. It's in a kind of a, like, now comes the sequence. But you really can't imagine when you're working on it what it's going to wind up looking like.
Right.
And Tim did an amazing job with these CG animators. He does it with bubbles.
It's amazing. It's one of the most magical parts of the entire movie.
Such a good choice.
You have this great character running the circus. I wondered about your real life experience. Did you go to circus as a kid? I remember as a kid it was a really big deal, and we would always go.
Well, I'm from New Jersey. I'm from Asbury. Right. And outskirts in Jersey, there would be always some empty lot that somebody would. You'd wind up like once a year. The circus was coming to town, and exactly what's going on in our movie in Dumbo. Right. We would do the same thing. We'd run out there to see the clowns, the jugglers, the tumblers, the high wire acts. Eva Green is our high wire princess in this movie. She's amazing.
I know how to fly. Ever since I was a child.
They're doing so many live action or photo real versions of these old animated movies. If you had blank slate, all the power to do another one, what would you love to see?
Oh, Pinocchio. What I like in the Disney movies is, like, I really dig it. Snow White is blah, blah, blah. I dig it when the witch gives her the apple.
Okay.
So that's my sensibility. I like that part of it, the dark part of it, the part where you go, oh man, no, don't eat that apple. And this lousy troll is gonna give, she's gonna give, this witch is gonna give her the apple, this sweet woman who I love, Snow White, don't do it, or, Cinderella gets locked in the, you know what I mean?
Those are your moments.
I love those moments.
And by the way, this movie does a good job being very kid-friendly, but it's that Tim Burton line of the dark is there.
No, because the thing about it is in like even in Matilda, that was like, you have to have people always say, oh, it's too dark or too. You need that edge for the kids to, like in movie making, you chase them up a tree, you shake a stick at them, and then you let them down again. In movies like in Matilda or in Dumbo, you do that. You have to chase the kids up a tree, but you give them a little step ladder to get down, so it's like a little bit easier for them to navigate it.
How thoughtful is he?
He is.
Amazing.
I
Love
know.
having him here.
Such a talent. And he's got me thinking about remakes that I'm personally excited for.
Like the animated coming to real
live
life,
versions. Yeah. I'm already dressed appropriately for one of the remakes. Can you guess it?
Oh, The Lion King.
Okay. Well,
Oh, you're going to sing it?
Yeah, no, I won't.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to The Lion King too, and so many others. I loved his answers. Speaking of Danny DeVito, he's in this week's issue of People, revealing a lot of really cool things, including his relationship with his ex, Rhea Perlman. They separated in 2017. He says they're friends, they're happy. He opened up about all that, and then when he was here, we also did this little trip down memory lane, which we'll be showing in a few days.
Can't wait to see that.
That just sort of details these crazy moments in his career with huge stars like Robin Williams, and the stories he has that are just like off-the-cuff stories are including icons and legends, and hearing him speak in great detail about these moments, you're going to love hearing about these.
You have me so excited. I can't wait to get the tea.
And some of that type of thing too, a trip down memory lane with photos, is also in this week's issue of People with Danny DeVito. Check that out.
Yes.
So much to get to. All right.
Yeah, speaking of check this out, you guys are going to want to check this out, guys. There is a new trailer for Toy Story 4.
Could that be live action?
Right.
One day?
Oh, well, one day. Put it out there. The gang is back, you guys, to the third sequel to the original movie. And this time around, there's a new toy named Forky. Now, he joins Woody and the gang, and it seems Forky's having a bit of a crisis. Oh, Forky, what's happening? Meanwhile, Woody's also grappling with his own purpose in life. But don't worry, there's nothing too heavy in your favorite animated movie. Here's a sneak peek.
Everyone, Bonnie made a friend in class.
Oh, she's already making friends.
No, she literally made a new friend. I want you to meet Forky. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Ah! He's a spork.
Yes, yeah, I know. Forky is the most important toy to Bonnie right now. We all have to make sure nothing happens to him.
Woody, we have a situation. I am not a toy. I was made for soup, salad, maybe chili, and then the trash.
Buzz, we've got to get Forky.
Affirmative.
Why am I alive? You're Bonnie's toy. You are going to help create happy memories that will last for the rest of her life.
Huh? What?
Oh, yeah. Bo? Forky, come on. Bo?
Hi there. My name is Gabby.
We can't stay.
Yes, you can. Boys. Woody, behind you!
Bo! What are you doing here?
No time to explain. Come with me.
We need to get back to our kid.
Aw, Sheriff Woody, always coming to the rescue.
Bonnie needs Forky.
Woody, who needs a kid's room when you can have all of this?
Wow. Woody, aren't we going to Bonnie?
Look,
Oh, I can't wait to see that. I always cry at the end of those movies. They tug at the heart. Do you?
How much do you guarantee? You're probably going to have a tear in the first 5 minutes of it.
I know.
They know how to do it, and they set it up strong.
Swing of emotions. You're like happy and sad all at the same time.
If they would do live action version of Toy Story, I'm trying to think, would they supplement the actors, or would the actors that do the voice, like, okay, Tom Hanks could be Woody, that would make sense. Tim Allen could be Buzz, he does the voice there, that would work.
Yes.
Joan Cusack is Jessie. I can see that.
The entire cast.
Tony Hale is Forky. Like, they kind of fit. It's like, did they make them look that way? I could also see like Jim Parsons doing Woody, right?
I can see that as well.
Anyway, we're just Disney. We've got the ideas.
Call Jeremy Parsons to put it together. Now, it hits theaters on June 21st, just in time for summer. Can't wait.
There you go. Let's take one last look at our question of the day. Ariana Grande's Sweetener tour officially began. We've been asking you to send in your favorite Ari tweets. We got the gifts. We got everything
That bend and
else.
snap better be in there.
what do you
Okay,
think?
I love that. That's from SNL, right? And that's Ari laughing. Who is she with? We love a good smile. Oh, the Kris Jenner. Yes, and the thank you next. And that's the last one.
So
Guys,
your
you didn't
favorite
send in the
wasn't-
bend and snap from the
You'll have to
from the video. Okay, I'll have
catch
to
us up on
demonstrate
that.
later. Yeah.
All right, we'll be back with another question of the day tomorrow. Be sure to tune in then for that. Also coming up tomorrow, the Pretty Little Liars gang is back with a new show called The Perfectionists. We got the OGs, we got some newcomers as well. They're all here getting us excited for that series.
That's right. We love our Pretty Little Liars. You don't want to miss that.
We're also playing a really great game with them.
You are?
You're going to find out some new things, so things you never knew about the cast. So get ready for that. Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Now Apocalypse star Avon Jogia. See you later.
I'm Avon Jogia, and this is One Last Thing. The last song I had stuck in my head was actually just the whole new Solange album that just dropped. It's incredible. Last time I was starstruck, I met Woody Harrelson recently. I was shooting a movie with him, and I was that took me a second, I think. The last show I binge watched was, I rewatched Peep Show.
Have you got any beers in? This isn't America, Sophie. I don't keep random beers in.
And it has Olivia Colman in it, who just won the Oscar.